What's up? I'm Dan Fradenburgh, and this is Chess with Investors. Today, I'm joined with Joseph. How you doing today, Joseph?
I'm doing well.
Okay,
Yourself?
I'm quite well. Looks like you are gonna be white today. If you don't know, you in the audience, if you don't know what exactly is going on here, we join people, different investors, in mostly in real estate, commercial real estate. We talk about that over. Oh yeah, it's saying that you need to make your first move there, Joseph. But we end up talking about real estate while we do this live game of chess. All right, cool. We got D4. This will be fun. Good stuff. So before we get too excited, Joseph, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes. So my name is Joseph Kimbrough. I invest in real estate and also lending as well.
Excellent, excellent, good stuff, good stuff. And so I guess as far as yeah, that's an interesting approach you're doing right there. I think I'll do this. So as far as this show goes, I got the idea because a lot of people, like some people are really excited talking about, compression of cap rates, expansion of cap rates, different demographic information, all that kind of stuff. But other people, they need something else going on. And so I figured, hey, why not go ahead and try and play a live game of chess at the same time? So,
Yes.
so Joseph, as far as chess goes, I was excited to hear that you said that it's your favorite game. What got you into chess?
So what got me into chess is my uncle. So I used to always, end up at the hospital with my godmother and stuff. And so he wanted to have me do something outside of just sitting around at the hospital. So he would bring a chessboard and I would play with him. This really started when I was about 7 or 8 years old. And that's how I got started playing chess. What about yourself?
Yeah, so I remember my grandfather taught me when I was really really little. But one problem I had is I grew up in the country, and so I ran out of people to play crazy fast. Most people, they weren't really interested in going that far into chess, and they'd just be like, just make some moves, see what happens, all that kind of stuff, and that's not my style at all. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't really start taking it seriously until about 3 years ago, and it was because I've got a son who's now 12. He's now taller than I am, and he got really great at chess. We got him some lessons at first, and that helped a bit. But this is interesting. But he started to get a little bit ahead of me, and I wasn't having any of that. So I hit the books pretty hard. Got some different courses, and of course this show right here was an awesome opportunity. I switched the wrong one here with the physical board here. I'm trying to think here. Which am I going to take with that? But
This is
anyway, once he
actually
started getting ahead of me, I knew I had to take it more seriously. But that's pretty cool. So, and then as far as real estate goes, so first of all, I'm sure that's what most of the people in the audience are interested in. Where exactly do you focus? Like what's your buy box in general? You also mentioned lending, so maybe your lending box would be a good thing to include as well.
yes. So as far as the buy box, we typically keep it multifamily, 100 units or more in Texas and the Southeast. And we look to be the general partner. And then something I've implemented going forward is to not only just be the general partner, but to also look to bring the first lien debt to the projects as well. So we do different kind of lending. We do merchant private credit. We do asset-based lending. Um, it just depends. Well, we do hard money lending. We're working on a couple hard money lending projects right now to some real estate investors.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I did some
Oh, you put your
investing.
queen, man.
Sorry, what's that?
You put your queen out there fast, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, this one, like there's a few reasons for that. I was thinking of taking with the pawn to open up the rook, but I don't think it's really necessary right here. I think I'm gonna do this one. But
Hmm.
yeah, this was starting to be
That's
a
a really
King's
good move.
Indian defense that I was doing, but then I ended up seeing especially with your knights in the center,
Yes.
and sort of like a yeah. So I ended up
Gotta be
doing
very careful.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I like that. Let's see here. So yeah, it's kind of funny though. I don't know if you saw, but one thing that was exciting this week is I interviewed my first grandmaster, which is pretty awesome. Did you know that there are more billionaires on Earth than grandmasters?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's by
But
a
I can
lot.
believe it though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but
So
I
there's
can
there's
believe it
about
though.
2,800 billionaires, and there's only about 1,800 chess grandmasters, and it's kind of funny too
Wow.
because they're a little bit introverted, maybe even antisocial, and so getting a hold of one and actually getting them willing to come on a podcast, it was a lot more effort than it is with a lot of real estate people. So
Yeah, I can
yeah,
imagine. Is it my turn?
yeah, it is. Okay.
Oh, there we go. I didn't see what you was doing there. But
Yeah. Okay.
you
So
good. Are
if I
you
do that, I
aggressive
hang
or are you
that.
not?
Do I really want to do that trade? Maybe.
Yeah, see, I knew you was gonna plot the trade. I knew it. I love making people make decisions, man. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's if it's a choice between looking good and making the right move, I'll make the right move. At least
Yeah.
that's the plan anyway.
Hmm.
So if I do that, oh, actually, I got a new approach there.
Yeah,
You know
you do.
what? I think I'm actually going to do that.
That move. Wow. That okay. Huh. I was not expecting that. But you know though, yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
There we go.
Man, you will take him, I know.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Pretty much. Of course you would. You can't
yeah,
leave empty-handed, right?
yeah, for sure, for sure. So did you also play in school, or have you done any tournaments or anything like that? Like maybe when you were younger?
Um, Myself, no tournaments. I mainly just played a lot just on my own and stuff with different people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I wouldn't say like, oh, I did tournaments and things of that nature. No. What about you?
I've actually only done one, and that was a few months ago. And it was kind of funny because it was like basically like one of my things about chess is that I didn't like the fact that it's kind of like a zero sum game. Like somebody's gonna win, the other person's gonna lose.
Yeah. Well,
And
it can go to a draw though. It can.
yeah, right. But yeah,
I've seen that
you're
happen.
right that statistically speaking, like if they're two strong engines, it actually will end up being a draw. So that made me feel a whole lot better. But yeah, all right, good. That's where I figured that was going. Is that how I want to handle it? But yeah, I did an in person. It was two separate nights. It was 25 minute format. I
Hmm.
ended up being behind first place by a half point. So
Wow.
that was a pretty cool experience as a whole. Is that how I want to handle it? That might be one. You know what? Let's do this first. Yeah, and
I see what you're doing here with this whole it's so funny, man. What? Hold on. Let's see. What decision do you make after this? What decision does one make after this? You know, honestly, I would just leave the knight alone, though, to be honest. I wouldn't even mess with him. He's no threat. There's a bigger one lurking. You'll see.
yeah, yeah, true enough, true enough. But one thing that I also really like about this show format is that I feel like you know people a whole lot better after you've played chess with them.
Yep.
And that's like I can't understate the value of knowing people, because like you really never know like who you're interacting with. Like I know that like on my first commercial deal, I knew them for a few years, but in the back of my head, that's something that's got to be screaming at you. It's like, okay, but have you seen them do business?
Yeah.
Like
By
did
the way,
you?
that was a good choice too. I'm glad you put that rook right there. Of all the places, you put him right there. That was smart. I have to tell you, man. 'Cause I was gonna have you making another decision, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the first part of the decision's pretty easy.
Hmm. Good.
Yeah,
It's
especially
important to you.
I can do this first. That way, all sorts of stuff is hanging.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you have it. There you have it. So I asked you about your buy box, but I didn't ask about what got you into real estate. So
Yes. What got me into real estate was matter of fact, let me see here. Yes, what got me into real estate was when I got out the Marine Corps, I was like, man, I gotta do something. So I went and ended up, doing taxes for people. What decision did you make? Oh, okay. That one. Nice. Um, hmm. Good choice. Can't go there. Can't really do that, but just the most logical decision.
yeah, I think that's a good call.
Because you would trade that rook for that castle every day.
Yep, yep,
Hmm.
that's a fact. But yeah, this is quite the bind. This is a good match right here. So I guess that's what makes the most sense to me. Oh, there's that hiding in there too. Yeah, nah, I think I'm just gonna continue to trade down since I got a few pawns on you.
Oh, since you have a few pawns. And which you do have a few pawns on me.
Yeah, well, it's once we get to an end game, that'll make a big difference. But
Yep, true.
okay, so now,
Trading looks a little different now.
yeah, true
It
enough.
looks a little different now. Right.
Yeah, it's funny too because I'm used to. So before I started podcasting, I did a lot of audio visual work, and so one thing you look out for when you're doing audio is you look out for flat bits, because it usually means that
Yeah.
a microphone stopped working, but not in a chess game.
Hey, speaking of which, you said what got me into real estate? So, got into real estate. My first deal was in single family.
Hmm.
I started learning under a mentor, and he used to teach me everything, like going out there doing raps and seller finance and stuff. But he was always against getting certain deals. Like he used to leave so many deals on the table because he just didn't know how to wholesale. And so that was an issue to me. I said, that doesn't make any sense. You're leaving money on the table. So I went off by myself and just started my own shop up. And my first deal, I made 10,000. The next one I made 15,000. And I really perfected the wholesale side of things.
Hmm.
And I did that, sold over 20 some properties in 2021 by myself, and then started up a real estate fund, investing alongside another group in large apartment buildings. So that's how I got into real estate.
Yeah, that's a good way to get in. It's nice to like. I find one of the problems that happened, especially like a couple years ago, back when we met, is a lot of people that got involved in their commercial deals, but they were really undercapitalized. and
Yep.
that was a real disaster. And the other thing too is like, like it used to bug me a little bit, to be really honest, because like I'd see these people who are getting into this space, and like I'm not even like, especially apartments. I mean, they get into this space, and I'm not convinced they ever lived in an apartment.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It,
So they
it's
wouldn't even know how they wouldn't really know what people look for in an apartment as far as amenities, anything.
right.
Because like you said, they never lived it. They never
Yeah,
lived it.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But I also lived in Taipei for nearly 15 years, and I'll tell you, if you're living in Taipei, you're living in an apartment, unless you are. Like, I knew some people who owned their own place, like an out their own building, and had a house in Taipei. One of them, it's also because he also owned Taiwan's second biggest bank at the time.
Hmm.
So that's why he
But
could. It was messed up because it was just down one of these normal streets. Like everything in Taipei is about like 4 or 5 floors, something like that. And and so it's really crazy when you're going down one of those typical streets like that. Everything. I guess in that area it was probably more like 6 floors on average. And then there's this one gate, and you open it up and you see something that you don't normally see in Taiwan, which is armed guards.
hmm.
And so once you get past that, then you get to the garage. So it was a 2 floor, like probably 14 car garage. And and it was actually the dude's daughter's wedding that I was at, and the reason is because I was with the band. My best man at my wedding, he's from South America, from Paraguay, as we say, or Paraguay, as they say.
Okay.
And he was there for the owner's daughter's birthday party, and it was pretty wild because he had the guest house, which is bigger than most people's houses in Taipei, and then after that, he ended up having even actually, how am I going to do that one? I'm not going to do it that way. I guess pinning it's probably not a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Um,
So
yeah,
Penny,
so that was the guest house, and then he had the other major house and all that kind of stuff behind it. But that's pretty unusual. Not many people are really in a situation where they could be owning properties like that.
yep, that's true.
So if I do that this way, yeah, this is a pretty tight game. It'll be interesting to see where this goes.
Yep, most definitely.
So, but there you have it. There you have it. So I know that most of the time when I see you on social media, it's the same spot that I spend most of my time, which is on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your main focus, or do you tend to focus on any other platforms for your online presence?
Mainly LinkedIn, and every once in a while I'll like I haven't posted on Instagram a lot lately. Uh hasn't really just been a focus of mine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. So there you go. And then as far as chess goes, do you usually play like in person like this, or?
Like I can play in person or I can play this way as well. It just depends with me.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that's covered. That's covered. So I think that's the move
Yes.
right there. Yeah, my son, he likes to play bullet, which,
Bullet.
yeah, bullet. So that's 2 minutes or less for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and right now we're playing rapid here, but there you go. And like that's the thing too, is like as far as real estate goes, I pretty frequently get people asking me, like what my piece of the puzzle is, and that sort of thing. But can I get away with that? Yeah, it wouldn't be that good. Oh,
Too
that's
risky.
what it is. Yeah,
I wouldn't be too
yeah.
risky right now.
Oh, actually, oh no, yeah, I know. I see the flaw to that idea.
Uh, Yeah.
So if I do that, you can go there. I can't block.
Hmm.
So I do have to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good move right there.
Yeah, that queen getting cleared out, it wasn't quite of a way to sneak out of the attack as uh, as hard as it looked.
Let's see what decision you make here.
Yeah, that would be this one, I think.
Wow. That, okay. Not the move I thought you would make.
Yeah,
Not the
it's
move I thought you would make at all.
that pawn's a little bit spicy for me.
Hmm. Because he's like right there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll go ahead and take him. Because he could be trouble later. So get rid of him now.
There we go. Yeah, he's not promoting, I think.
Hmm.
Okay. So next, oh, is that it first? Yeah, it's this one.
Hmm.
Man, you sure got my blood pressure going now. This is good.
Hmm.
But I think there goes your queen. Oh,
That you know what? I think you just won this one.
I think so. That's fantastic. There
Yep.
it is. Wow. So that's really cool playing on the physical board for me. I hope that
Hmm.
was a good experience for you. I definitely want you to come
I
back, and
never
I'm
did
sure
a
that
physical board.
I'll be better prepared for some more questions for you next time. But if everybody wants to reach out to you, then LinkedIn is the best way to reach out, right?
Exactly. Yep.
Excellent, excellent, awesome. So make sure you keep in touch because every year at the end of the year, I just finished the 2025 Chess with Investor Awards. So I try to make sure that everybody's a winner when it comes to those, and I usually have some sort of ridiculous thing. Like there was, I remember Linda Holtz, if you know her in Houston. This year she won the most French award for
Hmm.
2025 on Chess with Investors. But that's fantastic.
Yep.
The only other thing is that I have been neglecting our audience, and that's you. If you want to do me a real solid and basically make it so that those deadbeats at YouTube start paying for these videos, I'd love that. You can hit the great big hideous subscribe button down there, and then they can actually do it. Really, all it means is that my videos may show up on your list of suggestions. There are no fees or subscription fees or any ridiculousness like that. Really, it just means that I get that social media oomph, and hopefully, if I come out with some new content that is something that's up your alley, then you can enjoy yourself with that. But the main thing is, don't feel bad if you don't click on any more of my videos. I just really appreciate the fact that you spent this time with me. Just like Joseph, it's been amazing getting in touch with you again. And make sure you stay on the line because we'll do a little bit more catching up too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Awesome, thanks. Oh, hey there. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you are into chess, if you play chess and you're an investor of some sort, real estate or otherwise, well, you can be on the show too. I know, right? All you have to do is connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Dan Fradenburgh, so I'm super duper easy to find on LinkedIn where I spend most of my social media time. But if you're one of those people who just don't play chess, it's don't pay attention to him. I don't judge. All you have to do is go to dandoesdeals.com and you'll find the Chance Encounter series where you're welcome to be a guest on it, where you can share your core competencies that you're likely to contribute to a GP team or a JV. You don't have to be doing syndications. And we'll talk about your buy box and stuff like that. It's easy peasy. It's like 15 minutes long to record, and there are no real fastball questions. Just tell the truth, and everybody will be fine. And if that's not really your thing, dandoesdeals.com. It also has the way to meet more, join more people, add more people to your investor list, your different deal sponsor operators and KPs. and passive investors, all that kind of stuff. I'm probably repeating myself, but I'll give you the rest of your day. I appreciate you watching Chess with Investors. See you next time. Bye.
My background has been in alternative investments for the past 20 years. I've seen just about every type of fund, worked on the accounting and operations side, and even at some of these big banks that I worked for, worked on a lot of projects behind the scenes to really hone my craft and, create Cardinal Financial Consulting and help people set up the right structures, handle the accounting and operations behind the scenes, and really take that away from the CEO's responsibility to make their lives streamlined. Sorry.